Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel with me Muhammad Fatul Bahtiar. I'm from a Change 3 student, State Islamic University of Maulana Malik Ibrahim Malang. In this occasion, I will explain about battery waste management and identify potential chemical hazards. Okay, next, what is battery waste? Battery waste can be interpreted as an waste or waste whose nature and concentration contain toxic and harmful substances so that it can directly or indirectly damage the environment, interfere with health, and threaten the survival of human and other organisms. And one, domestic solid waste. Solid waste condition. Organic solid waste can be worth money or economy, and no contamination with hazard. Those material will provide high economy value if properly utilized. For example, coconut shell that can be used as decoration. Pressure of the environment. The problem of controlling waste deposit is the uncontrolled use of utilization of plastic, while the obstacle in its management are the lack of coordination between related instances, the weak system or regulation of waste management, and lack of community concern. Next is domestic solid waste management policy. There is a 4R concept. There are reuse, recovery, and recycle. There is a waste management by meeting environmental requirement or inches tree nature, and landfilling in environmentally friendly landfills. Next. Two is hazardous and toxic material. Hazardous and toxic material condition. According to UNEP data, there are 100,000 types of chemical compounds classified in battery. This material can interfere with human health and the environment in the short or long term if not managed properly. Effort to prevent into the environment. Effort to prevent environmental pollution by battery are to supervise the amount of chemical circulating in Indonesia, supervise the movement of traffic for banned chemical and limit their use. The government also oversees persistent organic pollutant or POPs, which are toxic chemicals that are resistant to change, can accumulate in the body of living things. It can move through air, water, and creatures far from its source, accumulating in terrestrial or aquatic environment. Next is battery management effort. One is Rotterdam PIC conversion that regulate the problem of chemical traffic to developing countries that are not longer used into producing country. And Stockholm Convention is a POPS that regulates the prohibition of the use of 12 types of chemical. Entry is hazardous and toxic material waste. Battery waste condition process at PPLE is Indonesian Waste Management Center, and pressure on the environment due to battery waste. More than 2.2 tons per year of battery waste in the export of developed countries to developing countries. The next is wastewater policy. To prevent the entry of battery waste, ratified the conversation of PAS3I on the transfer of battery waste between countries through presidential decree number 61 of 1995 and government regulation number 18 and later refined by Perpu number 85 of 1999 and KLH, the Performance Rating Assessment Program, or PROPER. PROPER is an alternative program that aims to encourage the industry voluntarily and with its own awareness to meet the profession of good environmental management based on applicable regulation. Next. The next identify potential chemical hazard by looking at safety data sheets and chemical labels. Problem in laboratory. Many of the chemicals we use in the laboratory are potential harmful, especially under high heat, pressure, or when the air mixes with other chemicals. There are two main tools we use to identify chemical hazard. The first is safety data sheets and chemical labels. Every chemical in the laboratory is required to have a technical document called safety data sheets or SDS. Yeah, MSDS safety data sheets are one-stop shop to find out about the nature, hazard, and safety precaution of chemical. Now the location of the safety data sheet in your lab and review it before working with chemical for the first time. GAS stands for Global Harmonized System of Classification and Labeling of Chemical. The new system provides an international standard format for safety data. All SDS must how be arranged into 16 parts. Parts of MSDS. One is identification. Here you will find the name of the chemical, the description and contact information of the manufacturer. Two is hazard identification. This section lists signal words, warning, and security symbol. The third is composition, list of ingredients. And the fourth, first aid measure, what treatment is needed for someone who has been exposed. The five, firefighting measure. The six, accidental release action. This is an extrusion for the containment and cleaning of spill or leaks. The seven is handling and storage requirements. The exposure control and personal protection. This explain OSHA exposure limits and recommendation for PPE. The nine, physical and chemical properties such as appearance, smell, pH, flash point, solubility, and evaporation rate. The 10, stability and reactivity, how to avoid dangerous reaction. The 11, toxicology information, find out about possible routes of exposure, symptom, as well as short and long-term effect. Section 12 to 16 are not mandatory, but you should at least get used to them. Ecological, disposal, transportation, and regulatory consideration. Next is chemical labels. Datasheet provide a wealth of information on how to safely use chemical in the laboratory. But there are also other ways to learn about chemical, and that's by reading the label. The new GAS format requires that every chemical in the lab be labeled with a product name signal word, such as danger or attention, statement of physical, health, and environmental hazard, statement of caution, pictogram, first aid, instruction, and supplier contact information, The pictogram consists of symbol on a white background. Framed in a red border, each pictogram represents a specific danger: combustible, health toxicity, compressed gas skin, and air protection and stable explosive oxidizer. Oxidizers are chemicals that initiate combustion through the release of oxygen, environmental hazard, and acute toxicity. This is a key is pictogram. There is a hazard, flame, exclamation mark, a gas cylinder, corrosion, exploding bomb, flame of physical environment, and school and crossbones. That's all I can say. Thank you for attention and watching my video, and see you next time. Goodbye.